Take two. So I just did a whole recording and I was talking, and then this piece of shit just shut down. iMovie just shut down for no reason whatsoever that's never happened before, and I'm about to lose it. I'm just really pissed off. I'm pissed off that it's April and it's cold outside. It's like cold like Biden's balls. I'm pissed off that I was supposed to have a show up last week, which is what I was trying to explain in the video that just shut down and lost. We did a whole show last week. Me and Peter, the IT guy, who is supposed to be joining me for second chair, we did almost an hour's worth of show for you. And then I spent the next day editing the whole show, which I swore I wouldn't do, which is why I brought Peter on. But I did all the editing. It took me hours. It was awful. I will never get those hours back. And then when I tried to back up the show before I uploaded it, it wouldn't back up. And it was, it not only wouldn't back up, there was something about it. I don't know if it's the file type, because we recorded it remotely through a program that Peter uses, and then he sent me the file. I edited, and then I was going to upload. So I don't know if there was something just wrong with the file. I don't know. But I couldn't get it to back up to my external drive. I couldn't get it to back up to my regular hard drive. I couldn't get it to even upload to YouTube straight from iMovie. So if anybody knows, I can't remember what the error code was, but it was, sorry, my hair is ridiculous. But it was not allowing me to back up. And it had nothing to do with storage size, nothing. It just couldn't. So we did all of that. We did a whole show and none of it backed up, which really is pissing me off. So hopefully whatever video I'm recording right now will be able to back up. If you're watching this, well then clearly it's worked. Quick update, I start a new job next week. So that's kind of exciting. A lot of people are excited. Money is nice, I suppose, but I'm tired. I thought, being out of work for coming up on 2 months now, it's been a very, very stressful almost 2 months. We're coming through the worst of it, but I think there's just this sort of lingering sadness, from the whole ordeal. And it was funny because I'm just kind of going through the motions, waking up, finding reasons to be happy, and I'm enjoying myself. But there are definitely times where I just feel awful and sometimes just a little bit numb. And then I got this email today. I forgot, was it LinkedIn or New York? No, it was the New York Times. And I was like, feeling blah, there's a name for it. And I guess assuming that, since the pandemic, people have been feeling sort of this, is it depression? Is it something else? And apparently it's called languishing. But I don't know I think what I'm feeling is more because of what I went through, not so much because of a pandemic. So I'm really not sure if what I'm going through counts as languishing, but perhaps. I mean, I'm used to working a very fast pace. A normal work week was supposed to be 40 hours and I was working over 60 hours a lot of the time. So to go from that and doing dealing with emergency situations, being in charge of an emergency, it turns out I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, and I didn't know that until I realized, wait, what I do for a living, you live on adrenaline. Because if you're not quick on your toes, and if you're not thinking quickly and things aren't just coming to you, someone will die. Mom will die or baby will die. So if it doesn't automatically come to you, it's a big deal. And there are times where you don't sleep 24 to 36 to sometimes 48 hours straight. And you have to be able to think. And it's one of those love-hate relationships. And it came to me earlier that in the day that, sometimes when you're in a bad relationship, and it could be a romantic relationship, or it could be a relationship with work, or your relationship with food, you're searching for a high. And sometimes you do get that high, and then you get really low. And once you start to get low, it's one extreme or the other, and you're searching for that high again. And then you get just enough of a hit. You're chasing the dragon. And that was my relationship with my job. It was amazing, exhilarating, fun. It was beautiful. It was special. I was able to be a part of, the lives and the stories of so many people and so many children. But it was also brutal and exhausting and excruciating. And I sacrificed time with my friends, with my family. I never spoke to anybody. And I gave all of myself to this job. And at the end of the day, it's certainly not thankless, but the field is a bit brutal and the people in the field are brutal. And if you're the kind of person who treasures a personal life and, I don't know. There are people who do it, and there are people who go hiking and boating and take vacations and take their children to Little League and soccer and all that stuff and don't sleep. And I'm not one of those people, I guess. I don't know. I think we can explore that at another time. But I was in a bad relationship where it was either really, really good or really, really bad. And there really were no in-betweens. There really wasn't, just a normal day at the office or a normal day at the hospital. It was cool what I did, but I can't go back. But I'm still coming down from that. I'm coming down from working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And I checked back in January. I did an 80 plus hour week. It was awful. To waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning every day. I know. I was waking up at 9 in the morning every day. Taking it slow, maybe doing some chores and cooking dinner. And it's a very slow paced life. I'm not going to complain. I've gotten a lot of stuff done, but to go from being high on adrenaline and no sleep and burning, running on fumes to going, oh, I guess I could do that later. I've got all the time in the world. It's a very different dynamic. And I'm not sure which person I'm supposed to be because mental me, my brain is running a mile a minute. I don't know if you're like me. You can let me know. My brain is always going. And I am a very anxious person. So I need to be doing something. I need to have idle hands or I go a little bit crazy. And so something like that, as opposed to an office job, was good for me because I liked being on my toes. I liked moving and knowing that the dynamic can change any second and it's not the same old mundane thing. So I guess there's sort of like this numbness, I'm in a transitional place right now. So I'm trying to figure that out. I still don't know if we're going to be moving. We've put the sale of our house on hold for now. And the question is, are we going to stay in the area where we are, or are we going to go down to the warmer climates? For now, we're staying put, which is fine by me. I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. Let's see. Was there anything else? I think a brief update for you guys, just so that you know that I'm not being flaky and putting out rare videos. And I really do need to be a little bit more consistent because there is an algorithm on YouTube. And so in order for it to read the algorithm, you have to be consistent with posting. You also have to get likes and you have to get views and all that stuff. So I apologize if, you didn't get to see this really cool video that, where we finally got two people discussing all the stuff. We talked about 2A. We talked about, hang on, let me see if I could pull it up for you, what we were actually discussing. Because we discussed a whole bunch of things and they were fun. And I will mention, since I can't get that video up, David Hogg, that little ferret-looking dude he was his friend, a bunch of people, back up. I'm talking faster than I can. No, I'm thinking too fast and I'm talking before I can get my thoughts in order. David Hogg is that little jerk who went to the Parkland high school during the shooting. Questionable whether he was even there or not. And he's such a little, he steps on the graves of these kids that died, and he got famous off of it with his little fist in the air, and he's just an all-around piece of shit, and I can say that now because he's legal. I was saying it before he was legal, but he is a piece of shit. And when the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, came out in support of Trump, and he was, everybody's been kind of attacking Mike Lindell kind of unfairly. A bit kooky, but leave him alone. David Hogg decided, nobody cares about David Hogg. Now he's not a kid anymore, so he's not like this cute kid that we all feel bad about. Now it's like, shut up, go to school, and just stop. He decided that he was going to start a competing pillow company. And where is it? I thought I had it written down. Here. Yeah, he started a pillow company called Good Pillow, and it was gonna be, it was gonna compete with Mike Lindell because it's conservative. Anyway, everybody laughed at this. Everybody thought he was a loser, and I said this won't last a minute. And sure enough, David Hogg has quit the pillow company before it even began. So I just thought that was funny, and we discussed it a lot more in depth, me and Peter. I'm sorry you guys won't be able to see that show. There is no way. I wasn't able to save the progress that I did. I wasn't able to upload it in any way, shape, or form. We're going to regroup, and we're going to try to figure out how to do this a little bit more efficiently, and so that we don't waste hours of our lives recording and editing and then finding out we can't actually upload anything. So we will figure that out. In the meantime, I will bring you content until we can figure out how to bring us together. I appreciate you watching as always. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. You know the deal. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.